Hi, I'm Alex from GigaParts, and we've got something super exciting in this box. And I have astrophotographer Don Reed here to help me talk about this. Don, you've been doing astrophotography for quite some time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then loving every minute of it.
And what do we have here in this box?
This is the Celestron Origin Telescope. It's being marketed as a smart home observatory. And I believe Celestron hit the mark with this, which is what we're going to talk about here today.
Absolutely. So we may as well open this box and see what we've got.
Get to it.
So this is a huge box. Does this mean that, you need to be a power lifter to be able to cope with this?
I don't think so. Look, it's well packaged. You can get the telescope out easily. So let's remove this box right here. And we got some peripherals in this box, some cables, things that we're going to need later on to power the telescope. So we'll just put that over here for right now.
All right. I'm assuming this longest box here is the tripod. This looks like, I think I've seen this kind of mount before with Celestron.
Yes. So this tripod and the mount that goes with it are based on Celestron's Nexstar technologies. Their latest technology. The thing I first noticed about this when I'm unboxing it is I'm lifting it up here. This is very light, very portable. So if you want to take your telescope out into a dark sky site, or you just want to take it into the backyard, you're not going to have much trouble getting out to where you need it to be. So let's just separate these legs.
Alrighty. And I'm guessing this is our spreader right here.
That's our spreader right here. So the spreader goes under here.
So this is, I'm expecting to see like the evolution head here. Is that what you, oh yeah.
That is the evolution head.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and take it out.
It's got a handy handle on it.
It's very easy to handle. It's got a handle on it. Take the wrapping off.
Okay.
And it fits right here over the, on top of the tripod. You're going to spin it around until you hear a little clicking noise, and it'll drop into place.
Oh, okay. So what else is in this mount? Does it contain all of the control mechanisms, the power?
The battery has a lithium-ion battery in it. The mount has that kind of a battery, and you can that'll provide enough power for you for up to 6 hours of imaging. And I've heard of some astrophotographers maybe going as long as 9 hours. So It's got plenty of power for all-night imaging. But if you want to go ahead and hook up the AC power to it and have it powered while you are imaging, you can do that as well, and then you can image indefinitely.
All right, here's the business end.
Go ahead and pull.
Oh, go ahead and pull. It's in here tight. There you go. You got it?
I got it.
Okay, that's the important bit.
So here is the optical tube.
It's always exciting, isn't it? Oh, that's the back end. Yep. And the front end.
So Celestron packaged this very well. A lot of wrapping. But you can see this is the 6-inch optical tube. This is RASA optics, Celestron's latest technology. So let's get it put onto the mount. We want to make sure that we have enough room so that when the telescope is straight up and down, it still slews this way and that this doesn't bang into the mount. So make sure you're doing that when you put the optical tube onto the mount.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So let's see here. One of these has to be down.
Yeah.
No.
Other way.
Other way.
Turn it. I'm gonna go.
It goes
that way.
this way.
That's right.
Okay, you got the knob down there?
Yeah.
I'll hold it on so you tighten it up.
Okay, let's see if that's how that is for. Nope. That's exactly what you said not to do, right?
Just loosen up and I'll slide it up.
Let's slide it up.
That's fine.
I think they said that if you get it so that you can see all of the Origin logo, then it's probably about right.
That's correct. So when you're putting it on, make sure that you can see the entire Celestron Origin logo, and you're going to be about right in the right position so the telescope is properly balanced. As you can see there, we have enough clearance here to get the full range of motion with the telescope. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. So up here we've got the optics end, right?
Yes. The optics are here. And to remove this, let's go ahead and lock this arm. To remove this, there's two little buttons here that you squeeze.
Okay.
You squeeze these buttons, pull up on the Origin logo, and it pops right off. Now we got some packing here that we need to take out.
Okay.
But this reveals the camera to the telescope, and you're going to plug it in right here. The USB port, just plug it in. And now the camera's connected to the optics of the telescope.
Okay.
The optics of the telescope are back here. This is a Raspberry Pi 4. And Celestron has provided a large fan back here to cool both the optics and the computer. So you don't have to worry about anything overheating.
You want to turn this a little so we can see inside the business end here. So this camera looks like it's actually in a pretty accessible position, which is quite different to most of the other smart scopes.
It is, and what Celestron did here was they were very smart in doing this. They collaborated with QHY, which is a well-known camera maker. This camera runs the Sony IMX178 chip. You can see it here, and it's removable. Now, I'm not going to remove it, but there's a ring right here. You can remove the camera and pull it off, and at some future date, if Celestron decides to upgrade their cameras, it'll be easy to pop on and you can keep your telescope and upgrade as they provide new technology.
Yeah, so I think that's unique right now within the smart scope realm, that you actually have a smart scope that you can potentially keep upgrading.
Exactly. I know of no other smart telescope that does that.
Right, so this is our dew shield here?
This is our dew shield. It's very solid. And of course you pull it off here like that. I'll go ahead and put it back on.
Okay, excellent.
Pops into place.
Excellent, okay, fantastic. Well, it's pretty portable.
It is very portable. Let's continue our setup and let's now get the hand controller.
Okay, sounds good.
Here you have your AC adapter for AC power throughout the night.
Okay.
I'll let you have that, Alex.
And it charges fairly quickly?
Very good. The first time you charge a telescope, you'll need a few hours to charge it up, but after that, very minimal.
Okay. Well,
and we're going to plug one into this, into the aux1 port onto the telescope, and the other into the aux1 port on the mount head.
Okay.
So now the telescope is
connected?
Basically connected and ready to go.
And you can just turn it on?
You can just turn it on.
Where's our on button?
Our on button is right over here.
All right.
And what the telescope will do when you power it up for the evening, for an evening's worth of imaging.
Do we try and turn it around? Because I think we can see stuff at the back, right? Or is it too bright?
Yeah, it's going to be
too bright.
So, when you power this telescope up in the evening, you're going to turn the switch on over here. It'll take just a few minutes to power up, and it'll do an initialization. Once the telescope initializes itself, it's ready to go. It knows where it is in the night sky. You don't have to do a 2-star alignment. There's no polar alignment. Once you get to this point and turn it on, you can be imaging within 5 to 10 minutes.
So, okay, repeat that for me again. You take it outside, you stick it on the ground, you switch it on, and then a couple of minutes later, it already knows what's up in the night sky.
Exactly.
So cool.
I'm very comfortable after using this telescope in saying that any person with any skill level, if you're a beginner, you know nothing about astrophotography or telescopes, or you are an advanced telescope operator, an astrophotographer, you can operate this telescope within a few minutes and it's going to have something for you.
Okay, and then you're controlling this from an app? I'm not seeing a hand controller.
Yes. So, I said hand controller. But yes, the telescope is controlled using Celestron's app.
Okay. And are there lots and lots of different settings that you have to know what to press, or does it do most of that for you?
It has two options, Alex.
Okay.
For the beginner, what you just said is correct. It has AI built into it.
Okay.
So it's going to know where it is in the night sky. It's going to know what exposure to take. It's going to know what filter to use. It's going to actually live stack the images as it collects them every 10 to 15 seconds, and it's going to do all the calibration and provide you a nice crisp image on your either your iPad or your Android phone or your Apple phone.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
So here's their Origin app.
Okay.
And as you can see, their app, when it comes up, is based off the Sky Safari software. So if you're familiar with Sky Safari, this is going to look very familiar to you.
Okay.
And we have a menu at the bottom where we can bring up a variety of prompts and things that we want to do. It has a schedule of the night sky.
Okay.
So it'll tell me what's the best things for me to look at that night, and it'll go to them for me and show me a picture of them. Or it'll allow me to surf through the night sky planetarium app and select my own images.
Okay.
And put together my own imaging session. Right.
So it's kind of like having an expert astrophotographer standing alongside you, just kind of going, "Hey, this is going to look neat tonight. This is going to look neat. You should take pictures of these things." Holding you by the hand and guiding you. That's why Celestron calls this its smart home observatory. It truly is a smart home observatory. Wow, that's really quite astounding. I'm excited for everyone to use these scopes. But I mean, you do astrophotography down in the weeds, all the processing.
Yes.
So I guess one of the questions I have is that if you're a serious astrophotographer, is this of any use to you?
I would say this, absolutely. The first thing I would say is, based upon the data that we collected in our testing, the optics are very sharp, sharpest optics of any smart telescope that I've ever seen or tested. What you can do over here, there's a little bump area here with an access port you can see here. What you do is when you initialize the telescope and tell it to start imaging and taking pictures, you make sure that you download the raw data. And an experienced astrophotographer will know what that means. But then once the evening is over, you plug in your little memory stick here, you download the raw images into your iPad or your computer, and then you import that into your post-processing software, and you can do all your post-processing yourself, or you can let the telescope do that for you if you're a beginner.
Wow, fantastic. That's really good. So, I mean, you know, this is not an inexpensive item to buy, but it sounds like it's fully feature-packed. From what you've seen, Don, is this something you would recommend to somebody starting out, you know, if they're going to be saving up their pennies?
I would, and I'll tell you something else that I like about this telescope. Not only is it easy to go when you first get started, you can be imaging in just a few minutes, but Celestron was very smart in how they put this together. Everything from the camera, I'm understanding that they're looking at maybe some sort of what's the word? My mind gone.
Upgrade?
Well, it's
equatorial wedge.
Equatorial wedge, thank you.
The hand signal for equatorial wedge.
so Celestron did this very, very smartly. From the camera to the equatorial wedge that I'm understanding there is in development, that would turn this into a truly equatorial imaging platform for the experienced astrophotographer. For the beginner who just wants to do outreach, you can take your telescope out on a camping trip. You can take it to grandma's house on a weekend. You can pull out your Apple iPhone or your iPad, and within a few minutes you can be showing them your images in the comfort of their home. You don't have to be outside fighting the cold, fighting mosquitoes, the flies, the insects. You can be in your dining room over dessert watching the telescope provide you data for as long as you want to look at this night sky.
Does the app also allow multiple people to receive the images at the same time? I know some of the other smart scopes do that.
No, that's not a feature that we tested.
Okay.
But I would say this: once the telescope has the photos, you can download them to your phone or your iPad and share them as you wish.
Fantastic.
So
Fantastic.
It's an easy thing to do.
Great, great. Is there anything else that we've forgotten on this one, Don, that you want to mention?
You know, I would just say that with this telescope, you're getting the best of Celestron's technology, from the optics to the mount to the software that's built into it. The AI that on the night that we tested, I thought was incredible. For the serious astrophotographer who's used to doing their own dark frames, your own flat frames, your own bias frames, Celestron provides that to you with the software download. And when the pictures start coming in, I saw all that. So the software is there, the optics are there, the mount is there. It's rock solid, it's very stable, it's lightweight, it's portable. It's got everything that you would want to have to do astrophotography right out of the box.